kings and queens. All right. So, hey, kings and queens. I wanted to see who can get on tonight. I'm not going to be on here long at all. It is football Sunday. The Ravens are playing, and my son's home for college, from college. So, I'm not going to be on here long at all. But tonight, what I was going to do is talk to you guys, and I wanted to work on a Santa sack. So, I have the Santa sack that I did probably about a year ago now. Um, And the only thing I wanted to do was add some embellishment to it. So I am going to add some bias tape to this. So I'm just going to sit and sew while I talk to you guys. If anybody joins me, that's great. But if not, this is what I'm going to be working on. So I'm going to be adding some bias tape to this. So basically what I want to do is, this is a pillowcase that's been sublimated. And then I'm going to add the bias tape to the edge that you see the seam on. And then I'm going to run the bias tape through it like a drawstring, so you'll be able to cinch it like a sack. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I plan to add these to the farmer's market. Um, so when I go out and do my markets this year, this will be something extra that I will add to what I have on my table. And I'm just trying to get my foot petal together. So again, I'm working on my Santa sack. I am adding bias trim to it. I knew this was going to be an adventure tonight because I am not used to sewing with nails on, so we'll see how this goes. But here's my sack. It's a sublimated pillowcase, Dollar Tree pillowcase, sublimated. If you don't do sublimation, you can do the same kind of concept with either heat transfer vinyl, or you can use t-shirt paper and iron it on. Instead of just having a string that people can tie around it and cinch it, I'm adding bias tape to it so that we can run a drawstring through it. Might just use ribbon as a drawstring, but then they can just cinch it on their own. So that's what I am doing tonight. I don't use a whole lot of pins when I sew, just FYI. Some people like to use pins, some people like to use clips. I like to move quickly, so sometimes I may not use either. But bias tape typically comes folded in half, so I'm opening my bias tape and I am just going to line that middle seam up with the seam that's already on the pillowcase. This bias tape came in 3 yards. When I measured this pillowcase, it was only about 19 inches on one side, so I should have more than enough. And I do like to sew quickly. I started this on the inseam, and I'm going to keep it going all the way around until I get to that same side seam. If you don't have a sewing machine, you can do this with hem tape. The same kind of hem tape you would use to fix your pants if your pant leg was sticking out. Or you can use fabric glue. I was trying to think. I'm trying to look and be nosy if people outside. So I'm pretty much just doing edge stitching, and you can see I'm already at the other end. And this is just my test, so I'm not really concerned about framing on this. So this will be my test run. But I should be tucking it in. Just gonna put a couple of back stitches in. So I have my first line in, and the next thing I'm going to do is just run it back through on that second line so it's fully closed off. Both ends done, top and bottom. So that's what it's going to look like. And now I want to grab a piece of ribbon to add into this. My ribbon's actually behind my camera, so I'm looking through my options. I think I'm going to go with this one. This is like a red velour. Yeah, it's like a red velour ribbon. It's only this. I got this from Pop Shelf when they had their 90% off after Valentine's Day. This is a 1-inch ribbon. It's 2 yards. And I don't believe I've ever used this before, so it should be a full 2 yards. The ribbon comes taped down. I'm just going to snip this first piece off because the sticker does not want to come off of it. it's about 19 inches for one side of this. So that's what you would need just for standing. I would say about 40 inches in total just for, not being cinched. And then you'll have a few inches hanging when it's actually cinched. Now let's see if I can do this. I have one of those sewing bodkins that you can push your fabric through. And I don't have it in front of me. What I would typically use as a backup is a safety pin. And I don't have one of those in front of me either right now for some reason. So, trying to see what I can use as a quick substitute so I don't have to run around looking for a safety pin. What I did, I just snipped, I folded my ribbon in half and I snipped it. And I'm using a paper clip because when a paper clip is folded, it simulates a safety pin. Oh, and something was getting caught. There we go. Sometimes you gotta just breathe and take your time because just feels like a lot going on tonight. When you're doing this, just make sure you don't, you're running your ribbon through. Make sure you don't pull your other end all the way through. So you gotta keep your eye on that. And this definitely is a test of patience because it can take a minute. see, I'm just pushing it through on the inside of it. And you see it's starting to scrunch up and again, like I said, you just want to make sure you don't lose the other end of your string. I think these are going to look really fun at a festival or a pop-up event. I think I'm going to have one out as a sample, one just out and stuffed with different designs on it. And what I'm thinking of doing is putting the other ones in boxes like you would get in the store box, with either acetate over it, over the box, so you can see through it like a window, or shrink wrapped into the box. So, but I'm thinking I'm going to stuff it so that my sample is stuffed. And then if I do the box, what I would like to do is to have a picture on the box. So my stuffed sample, I'll take a picture of it. I'll put my product in the box, and then I will put a picture of what the contents are on the box. So, you know, when you buy a shirt, if it's in a box, what you see is a picture of a person wearing a shirt on the box. So I'll have the pillowcase sewn and cinched and filled with stuffing as a sample, and then take a picture of it and put it on the box. But if you guys have any other recommendations, let me know. Something you like, don't like, something you can do differently. Again, this is a Dollar Tree pillowcase. This is sublimated with a design that I had from last year. You can do this if you don't have sublimation ink and sublimation printer. You can use t-shirt paper, print it out, and iron this on, because it's not something that's going to be washed all the time. So you should be good. Or you can use heat transfer vinyl if you have any designs that you want to put on here. So I hope this helps somebody. Again, oh yeah, bias tape around here. The bias tape came from Walmart, 3 yards. And this is the, kind of see how many inches. This is the double fold bias tape, 3 yards. I only used about 40 inches of this to cover this pillowcase. This is ribbon from Pop Shelf, 90% off. And I just ran the ribbon through so it can cinch it closed. And there you go. I hope this helps somebody. And I have to hop off. Good evening, Emma. So I think you just heard me, but this is a pillowcase. So it's a pillowcase from the Dollar Tree that basically already comes pre-sewn. All I did was sublimate the pillowcase so I can use it as a Santa sack for my festivals. This is kind of my prototype to see if I like the way this turned out. I have bias tape going across the top of it, and then I put ribbon inside of it so it can be cinched closed. Excuse me. What I plan to do is stuff this and set it out at my fall festivals, pop-up shops, whatever, so it can be a sample and people can kind of see what it looks like. And then I think I'm going to box the other ones, and if possible, I'll put little pictures of what the other ones look like, so when people buy them, they'll know what they're getting. But this is something inexpensive that you can have out, whether you gift it to somebody. Some people like to decorate their trees and just put something decorative under their tree for the holidays. So this is something that people can just have. Hopefully that'll be fun. So that's what I'm doing tonight. But I'm hopping off because, like I said, the Ravens are playing tonight. And my son's getting ready to head back to college. So I'm going to say good night to all of you guys. I hope this helped you. If you have any recommendations, let me know. And you guys have a good night.